हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू मनु लॉ क्लासेस। मेरा नाम गौतम दीक्षित है। फ्रेंड्स, आज के इस वीडियो में हम मार्च 9 2022 का डेली हिंदू एनालिसिस करेंगे। और ये जो न्यूज़ पढ़ेंगे, देयर आर सर्टेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट डेवलपमेंट्स रिलेटेड टू रशिया यूक्रेन क्राइसिस ऑफ 2022। और बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंस है आज के न्यूज़ का, बिकॉज दिस कैन बी अ टर्निंग पॉइंट इन द यूक्रेन रशिया क्राइसिस। Along with that, we will also study what is air bubble एग्रीमेंट और एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट बबल्स। इसके बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे। हम ये भी जानेंगे कि इंडिया का किन किन कंट्रीज़ के साथ ये एग्रीमेंट है एंड रिसेंटली इट वाज साइंड विद सऊदी अरेबिया। इसका इम्पोर्टेंस क्या था और जो इंटरनेशनल फ़्लाइट्स हैं उनको लेके लिबरलाइज किया गया है रूल। सो वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी दैट व्हाट आर द एसेंशियल फीचर्स ऑफ दैट रूल्स। अलॉन्ग विद दैट आज हम एक इकोनॉमिक टर्म्स पढ़ेंगे फ्रेंड। बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म है, एग्जाम में बहुत पूछा जाता है, दैट इज स्टैगफ्लेशन एंड फिलिप्स कर्व। हम जानेंगे कि ये क्या होता है, ठीक है, और आज हम क्यों इसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं एंड हाउ इट इज़ रिलेटेड टू द रशिया यूक्रेन क्राइसिस। अलॉन्ग विद दैट वी आर ऑल्सो गोइंग टू स्टडी in detail the economic impact of Russia-Ukraine crisis, not only on the growth trajectory of India but also on the world. Then we will move to study some one or two important points about the Brent crude oil। और इसका एक इम्पॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक होता है, ठीक है, इसको एक नाम से बुलाया जाता है। वो नाम क्या है, जब आप वीडियो देखेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा। और ये कहाँ पाया जाता है, वी विल स्टडी दैट ऑल्सो। एंड देन वी विल स्टडी अबाउट BBIN मोटर व्हीकल एक्ट। सो फ्रेंड्स, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द न्यूज़। पहला क्या है कि यूक्रेन ड्रॉप स्पीच फॉर नाटो। ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज़ है, क्योंकि देखिए जो रशिया यूक्रेन क्राइसिस था उसका जो एक रेड लाइन माना जाता था कि व्हाट इज दिस रेड लाइन विच रशिया डज नॉट वांट यूक्रेन टू क्रॉस। दैट रेड लाइन वाज दैट यूक्रेन शुड नॉट बिकम द मेंबर ऑफ नाटो। नाटो क्या है, इट इज़ नॉर्थ अटलांटिक ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। ये एक मिलिट्री अलायंस है विच इज़ लेड बाय USA एंड मेंबर देयर आर 30 members in NATO. Out of that, most of them are from the Western European countries, and we also have one Eurasian country which is member of NATO, which is called as Turkey. अब 1991 में जब USSR का डिसइंटीग्रेशन हुआ, सो यूक्रेन बिकेम एन इंडिपेंडेंट कंट्री एंड सिंस देन इट वाज not a part of Russia or USSR. Now, by the time 2014 came, when the politics of Ukraine changed from pro-Russian to pro-Western. Okay, now Ukraine always wanted to become the member of European Union and NATO. So Russia always feared that if Ukraine becomes the member of NATO, so NATO will come at the very gate of Russia and will threaten its security. So this was the red line. उसके बाद जो February 24 से जो इन्वेजन स्टार्ट हुआ है रशिया का यूक्रेन में, आफ्टर दैट अ न्यू डेवलपमेंट हैज़ कम दैट यूक्रेन हैज़ ड्रॉप्ड अ पिच फॉर NATO. मीन्स यूक्रेन नाउ हैज़ डिक्लेयर्ड दैट इट डज नॉट वांट टू जॉइन NATO. So Zelensky, who is the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, he has said that he is no longer pressing for NATO membership for Ukraine, and it was the delicate issue. It was one of the red line based on which Russia invaded Ukraine. The second important point is that he is ready to compromise on the status of to break away pro-Russian territories of Ukraine. These are Luhansk and Donetsk. Now Luhansk and Donetsk, it was declared as independent republic, and after that Russia invaded Ukraine. The next is Biden bans Russian oil import. इसको हम फॉरेन पेज पे बहुत ज़्यादा डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे, बट फ्रेंड्स इसका एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा इकोनॉमिक कॉज होने वाला है, और जो हम स्टैगफ्लेशन पढ़ेंगे वो इससे कहीं ना कहीं रिलेटेड है। दैट बैन ऑन रशियन ऑयल इम्पोर्ट कैन हाउ कम इट कैन लीड टू सर्ज इन ऑयल प्राइसेस विच आर ऑलरेडी इंक्रीजिंग एंड हाउ इट कैन लीड टू स्टैगफ्लेशन। ओके, सो यहाँ पे हम थोड़ा सा पढ़ लेते हैं दैट द मेन आर्टरी ऑफ द रशियन इकोनॉमी, दैट इज oil exports of Russia. Russia is one of the largest exporter of oil in the world, and along with that it export gas and energy to Europe. So now US has banned Russian oil imports in USA. The next news is all international flights to resume from March 27. So almost after 2 years when the international flights were banned due to COVID-19, so international flights from India and to India, they are going to resume from March 27. Okay, so if you will just see that what will be the impact of this news, this is going to help in economic recovery. So फ्रेंड, जब हम NSO का डेटा डिस्कस कर रहे थे लास्ट वीक में, तो जो हमने देखा था कि जो ग्रोथ रिकवरी है इन कॉन्टैक्ट इंटेंसिव सेक्टर, स्पेशली टूरिज्म एंड हॉस्पिटैलिटी सेक्टर, दे हैव नॉट रिकवर्ड वेरी वेल. ठीक है, नाउ दिस न्यूज़ is going to play a major role in reviving this contact intensive sectors. Now let's look at the news. So on March 23rd 2020, the government announced ban on all the international flights. Then by March 24, pan India lockdown was imposed and domestic flights were banned from March 25. Then after 2 months, in on May 25th 2021, domestic flight it restarted. Then from July onwards, India started entering into air bubble agreements with 3 countries. Those are France, Germany and US. By November 26, 2021, government had announced the resumption of international flights, but again it was delayed due to Omicron fears. उसके बाद ये जो international flights जो चालू होंगे, they have to adhere to certain norms by the Union Health Ministry. So these certain norms are that passengers on international flights, they have to follow the guidelines of the Union Health Ministry. That is, whenever they are traveling towards India, when they are arriving in India, they have to fill up the self-declaration form on Air Suvidha portal. Okay, and they have to upload it with either negative RT-PCR test or the certificate of complete vaccination. Then there will be random testing, especially of symptomatic passengers on arrival, okay, who will be sent to medical facility, and 2% of total passengers on aircraft, they have to undergo random post arrival testing. Now friends, let's come to what is air bubble agreement. So it is also known as air transport bubble. It is a temporary arrangement which is between 2 countries to restart the commercial passenger services. Okay, it was launched during COVID-19 and it is based on the principle of reciprocity. Reciprocity का मतलब कि दोनों कंट्री को ये एग्रीमेंट स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा so that travelers from both the countries can travel between both the countries. Currently, India has air bubble agreement with 33 countries, which also includes Afghanistan. Now, friend, the next news is Ukraine Legion, International Legion for Ukraine. Now, what is this International Legion for Ukraine? This is a legion of foreign fighters. Okay, so foreign fighters who are willing to fight for Ukraine, they can join this International Legion for Ukraine. Okay, and they will be fighting along with the armed forces of Ukraine. So now if we will just see that over 500 Indians from across the country, they have submitted their applications to volunteer to join the International Legion. Now this International Legion has been created to fight Russia forces in Ukraine. Okay, now if we will see that is this allowed under Indian law? So if you will just see the chapter 6 section 121 to 130 of the Indian Penal Code, that is called as offenses against the state, this committing the depredation. Okay, depredation means fighting against the peaceful country or friendly country. So committing depredation on territories of power at peace with the government of India. Okay, तो यह अगर आप देखेंगे कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया और यूक्रेन का या रशिया का, दे आर नॉट फाइटिंग ईच अदर, दे आर इन पीस विद द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. सो दिस सेक्शन डज नॉट अलाउ डेप्रिडेशन और फाइटिंग with the countries which are at peace with the government of India. Okay, so any Indians who are going to join this legion, they will be committing an offense under chapter 6 section 121 to 130 of the Indian Penal Code. अब यहाँ पे there is a person from Tamil Nadu, that is Coimbatore, and the name is R. Sainikesh, now who is hailing from the Coimbatore district. there is a report that he has volunteered to join this paramilitary group to fight for Ukraine against Russia's invasion. This person is a student at National Aerospace University, Kharkiv Aviation Institute. The next important news is that India China are going to hold fresh round of talks. So this is a new development related to India China border dispute. So this dispute, it started in May 2020. Okay, now already there have been 14 commander level talks between India and China, and which has led to disengagement of Chinese and Indian troops from north and south basins of Pangong Tso Lake, Galwan and Gogra areas. Now the next round of talk is going to be held on the Indian side of Chushul Moldo, that is meeting point, on March 11th. Now if you will just see that the focus is going to be on disengagement from patrolling point 15 in Hot Spring and taking the comprehensive disengagement in other areas. अगर हम यहाँ पे देखेंगे तो जो डिसएंगेजमेंट की हिस्ट्री रही है वो पैंगोंग सो से हुआ फरवरी 2021 में, देन पेट्रोलिंग पॉइंट 17 इन गोगरा इन अगस्त 2021. बट देर आर 3 एरियाज विच आर ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज लीगेसी इशूज, जिसको चाइना कहता है कि दिस वर नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट and we are not going to discuss this. These 3 areas are Hot Springs, Damchok and Depsang. Now friends, coming to the news, कल इंटरनेशनल वुमेन डे था और उसका जो थीम था हमने कल डिस्कस किया था. यू कैन राइट द थीम इन द कमेंट बॉक्स. तो यहाँ पे ऑन द इंटरनेशनल वुमेन डे, द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फॉर वुमेन एंड चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट, मिस स्मृति ईरानी, शी हैज सेड दैट crèches will be set up at the district level for women police personnel across the country to overcome the challenges the women police face at the work. So this is very important announcement. Now if you will just see that according to the Labor Code on Social Security 2020, which mandates that any establishment or office which has more than 50 employees, they should have crèche facilities within a distance as prescribed by the union government. But now what is the problem? That this Labor Code on Social Security has not been notified. So providing the crèches is covered under Maternity Benefit Act 1961, which was amended in 2017. Now in 2013, the Parliamentary Committee on Empowerment of Women has said that there should be the crèches for all the crèches toilets for women who are working in the government sector, especially police women. Now if you will just see this proposal where it was mooted, क्लैट में कभी कभी इस तरह का क्वेश्चंस आता है. So the proposal was mooted by the event organized by the Bureau of Police Research and Development. Now see what is the participation rate of women in police force. So Indian police have they have only 10% representation of women in police force. अगर हम होम मिनिस्ट्रीज का अगर एडवाइजरीज देखें, so it aims to achieve 33% representation of women in police. Now friend, the next news is BBIN MVA Act. Okay, so BBIN MVA Act, it is about Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal Motor Vehicle Act. MVA का मतलब होता है Motor Vehicle Act. This act, it was first proposed during the 18th SAARC summit, okay, which was held in Kathmandu in 2014. But due to Pakistan's opposition, only 4 countries moved forward with this Motor Vehicle Act. The 4 countries were BBIN, that is Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal. Now Bhutan has also backed out of this MVA Act, citing the environmental concerns. So now 3 countries, Bangladesh, India, Nepal, they are going to move ahead on Motor Vehicle Act. Now this Motor Vehicle Act or movement of vehicles, Motor Vehicle Agreement, which was signed in 2015 in Thimphu, Bhutan. Okay, it provides for the movement of vehicles in each other territory for transportation of cargoes and passengers. इससे फ़ायदा क्या होगा? देखिए पहले क्या होता था कि समझो कि इंडिया का कोई ट्रक है, इंडिया का कोई कार्गो है, इट वांट्स टू गो टू नेपाल. ओके, सो फर्स्ट इंडियन ट्रक विल कैरी दिस कार्गो एट द बॉर्डर एंड देन फ्रॉम द बॉर्डर Nepalese truck will carry it to the desired place. But Once this agreement is implemented, now what will happen, that Indian truck will have an electronic permit and it will cross the border and it will reach the desired destination. The next important news is Biden bans Russian oil imports to US. तो अगर हम यहाँ पे देखेंगे कि रशिया का हम कुछ फैक्ट्स ले लेते हैं, that Russia is the largest exporter of oil globally and 60% of the oil is exported to Europe, okay, and very small portion is exported to US. अगर हम यूरोप में भी देखेंगे तो जर्मनी एक ऐसा कंट्री है which is heavily dependent on Russian oil and gas, and it has already halted the progress on the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline. Okay, now if we will just see about gas, 40% of Europe's gas it comes from Russia. Okay, now if we talk about US in this paragraph, US imports just 8% of its total volume of crude and refined products from Russia. Okay, so this ban on Russian import is not going to significantly impact Russia, USA. Now what USA is going to do, so USA has stopped the oil imports from Russia, and in return USA is going to increase its export from Venezuela in South America. वेनेजुला के ऊपर पहले से ही सैंक्शंस लगा है सिंस 2019. दिस सैंक्शंस विल बी ईज्ड सो दैट वेनेजुला कैन एक्सपोर्ट इट्स ऑयल टू यूएसए. नाउ देयर इज सम डिसीजन रिलेटेड टू यूरोपियन यूनियन. सो यूरोपियन यूनियन हैज़ कमिटेड टू फेज आउट रशियन ऑयल डिपेंडेंस. तो जैसा कि हम पहले जानते हैं कि 40% ऑफ यूरोप्स गैस कम्स फ्रॉम रशिया एंड 60% ऑफ रशियन ऑयल इज एक्सपोर्टेड टू यूरोप. Up it will be cut down by 2/3 this year, okay, and it will end its reliance on Russian fuel by 2030. Now friends, from economics, oil price increase will certainly impact on economy. तो जैसे कि हम जानते हैं कि ऑयल प्राइसेस दे आर कंटिन्यूइंग टू इंक्रीज. अगर हम सिर्फ ब्रांड क्रूड की अगर बात करें, सो इट इज़ ऑलरेडी ट्रेडिंग एट $127 पर बैरल. ठीक है, अगर $100 के ऊपर चले जाए प्राइस तो इंडिया में प्राइस बहुत ज़्यादा चले जाता है. बट ओवर हियर इफ़ यू सी द ब्रांड क्रूड इट इज़ $127 पर बैरल. So because of this Ukrainian crisis, there has been disruption in supply chain and global crude oil supply. So because of this, if the oil prices go up, so we are going to face inflation. Okay. Now if we study about stagflation, तो stagflation क्या होता है? Stagflation is made of two words, that is stagnation and inflation. ओके, नॉर्मली अगर हम फिलिप्स कर्व को देखें, फिलिप्स कर्व एक इम्पॉर्टेंट कर्व है इकोनॉमी का. सो देयर इज़ अ ट्रेड ऑफ बिटवीन इन्फ्लेशन एंड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. इट मीन्स लोअर हायर द इन्फ्लेशन, लोअर द अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, एंड लोअर द if you lower the inflation, okay, you are going to have the unemployment level. okay, बट यहाँ पे क्या है कि अगर हम इन्फ्लेशन को कंट्रोल करने के लिए जाएं, ठीक है ना, सो बिकॉज दिस इन्फ्लेशन इज बिकॉज ऑफ डिसरप्शन इन क्रूड ऑयल सप्लाई. सो इफ यू वांट टू कंट्रोल दिस इन्फ्लेशन थ्रू मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी, इट इज गोइंग टू लीड टू वेरी हाई अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट इन द कंट्री और इन द वर्ल्ड. दिस सिचुएशन विच इज रिवर्स ऑफ फिलिप्स कर्व is called as stagflation. Now the next news is the Brent crude surges as US bans Russian oil imports. तो यहाँ पे हम Brent crude के बारे में कहते हैं पढ़ेंगे. तो Brent crude, this is the crude, it is also known as sweet crude. Sweet crude. Why it is known as sweet crude? Because of low sulfur content. Because of low sulfur content. Okay. Now this Brent crude, it is found in North Sea. And it is a global benchmark for contract or for trading in the crude oil market. The next is government may move other pay options for exports. So friends, हम पहले से ही जानते हैं that the financial institutions in Russia they have been banned from SWIFT. okay, so यहाँ पे SWIFT से बैन होने के बाद पेमेंट में दिक्कत आ रही है. So Indian exporters, they want that government should revert to rupee ruble arrangement. Rupee ruble arrangement means the trade between Russia and India should be carried out in the local currency of Russia and India, so that they can overcome the ban imposed by SWIFT. Also, we can also leverage new development bank of BRICS, of which India and Russia both are members, for payment to Russia or payment from India or from Russia towards India. Now, what are the other economic impacts? So if you can see that India's diamond industry may lose sheen on conflict. Now, because of the Ukrainian conflict, the diamond industry in India can suffer. Now, how it can suffer? So see, the first paragraph is important, that there is one mines in Ukraine, okay, that is Alrosa. Okay, so Russia's biggest diamond mining from Alrosa, it supplies 30% of the rough diamonds globally, and it is also a critical source for India. India imports, cuts and polishes 18 to 90% of the world's rough diamond. Now, because of this conflict, the supply from Alrosa can be impacted, and then India's dominance in the diamond cutting industry can be affected. So friends, that's all for today. We will meet tomorrow again with the daily Hindu analysis.